What's up, man? This is Struggle Zone again, man. Right now, man, I'm working on this screenplay, man, that I'm writing. Really, it's already mostly completed. And right now, I'm just going back and doing some rewrites on it. And once I finish this rewrite, I'm gonna go back and do um, add a couple more things to it to kind of bring out the certain a couple characters that I think should be kind of acknowledged or whatever, or to get the audience more familiar with these characters, like the certain aspects of characters is there, but to bring them out more, it's best for me to place them in their own element. I don't know why I didn't do that in the beginning. Um, I think I put that on my outline, but with this particular story, I think I was trying to rush it because I wanted to submit it to this contest or whatever, and I got a last minute notice on the contest, so I kind of was rushed through it, which I usually don't do that, and so that was a mistake on my fault. Let me say this: for those people who want to be a screenwriter, man, screenwriting. When you listen to people in Hollywood, right, they want you to think that it's harder than what it is. Once you understand the rules, you can figure out how to switch those rules to make them to apply to your situation. Any story can work. You just got to figure out how, maybe the strategy on how you reach your destination when you're writing a screenplay may have to change. You know, so me personally, usually when I start a screenplay, before I even start it, I usually know how it's going to end. Now, how I reach that ending may change, but and then once I make that destination, I might even change the ending a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you leave. Let me give you an example of what I mean when you talk about writing screenplays, right? It's like when, say for instance, just hypothetically speaking, when you leave out your house, right, and you say, well, my destination is I'm going to the grocery store. Now, how you get to the grocery store is the middle. You know, that's the body. You know what I'm saying? It's the first act, second act, and third act, right? Now, the first act or the something happens moment, you may realize when you go and look at your refrigerator, you're missing a few things. You want to cook a meal. So now that puts you on the journey to go to the grocery store. Now you may usually go to the grocery store right down the block, but when you're going down the street, you may have to see a car wreck or anything that's blocking your way, so you have to turn around and go another way. And that could be a whole journey. It's so many things that can happen from point A to point B. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how I look at it when you're writing a script. Yes, you may want to get to this certain destination. Your destination is the ending. And in order to get to that ending, there's going to be so many things that comes into place that fills a whole story. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. I'm not going to say that it's hard work, but it's a lot of work. And you have to understand how to develop your characters. And people, this is what I do. See, people try to make stuff harder than what it is. This is what I do, right? When I develop a character, a lot of times I create a backstory for this character. What drives this individual? What makes this individual tick, the personality. How was this individual raised? Was he raised with both parents? Was he raised with one parent? And I say that because even in real life, a lot of the things that we do and a lot of the decisions that we make, a lot of the people that we end up with in our lives has a lot to do with how we was brought up as children. Some of those things you never depart from. You dig what I'm saying? So it's the same way. If you think about it that way, for instance, for me, I grew up in a small town in Arkansas. And my experience in that small town is going to be different than somebody who grew up in New York or California in the metropolitan cities and stuff like that. There's certain things that I'm going to do that's different. So you got to understand that also a person who's raised with both parents may operate differently than somebody who was raised with one parent. If your parents was Rhodes Scholars, you're going to think differently and you're going to behave differently than somebody else whose parents was drug addicts. You dig what I'm saying? As a Rhodes Scholar, you probably speak more proper or more proper language. You may have a larger vocabulary, but you may have the book smarts, but you may lack street smarts. You dig what I'm saying? You may lack common sense. You may lack common sense. A lot of times, not all the times, but everybody different in any given situation. Also, if a person was born in a certain part of the year, if you believe in astrology, they're going to have certain things that's distinct to their characteristic than somebody who if you was born in December, you're going to probably have different characteristics from an astrological point of view than somebody who was born in August as a Leo. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that come into play when you becoming a screenwriter. It's not hard work, but it's a lot of work. It takes time. I'm working on this screenplay. I have several more that I'm working on, but my goal is to do the work and be able to put them out myself. Because if you're going to tell our stories, then our work should be funded by us. We shouldn't have to go to the Europeans to fund our material, because they're going to they probably will buy the work from you, but it will never see the light of day. Let me give you an example. Well, the movie Idris Elba did with Beat the No Nation, they filmed it, it's completed, but it never came out. You know what I'm saying? So, if we want to see ourselves in a more positive light, then we have to create the material ourselves. We have to fund it ourselves. We have to own it ourselves without going to these Hollywood. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm trying to do. I probably could have been sold a script or anything like that or something like that, but I want to tell our stories, and I don't want the work that I produce to be compromised. You know, if we want to cast out men in a positive light, then we have to do it ourselves. If we want to cast out women and our children in a more positive light, then we have to do it ourselves. Nobody's going to help us. You know, it's taking me a little bit longer to get things done because I have to do it myself. But I'm working on it, man. So Right now, I'm just taking a little break. I got to go get me something, put something on my stomach, you know. So I've been writing for probably about, what's like 11 o'clock, probably like a couple hours, I haven't had a couple hours, something like that. It's after 11, almost 11, almost 12 o'clock, I think. Let me see what time. Yeah, almost 12 o'clock, I think. So I've been sitting down. I started writing around about 9 something or something like that. So I'm about to get up and take me a break and get back started and do a little bit more writing. And then once I finish my writing on the script for the day, it's another project that I'm working on, man. That's gonna try to bring some structure into what we're doing. So I got to put some stuff down there, and also I'm working on a new product. I'm not gonna tell nobody about it yet until I'm able to produce and show something. So I'm gonna keep that to myself for right now. So y'all be looking out for something that I'm working on. You know what I mean? What I will say about that is this. I strongly believe that if we want to change our conditions within this nation, we have to become producers. We have to become manufacturers. That's what we have to do if we want to change our conditions. In my opinion, there's nowhere around it. There's nowhere around it. So me, I take it upon myself. I look at what's not being done. I figure out how to do it, and I do it myself. And I put my own money behind it. Whether it succeed or it fail, I will take that risk and put my own money behind what I want to do. You know, so of what we need done, we cannot continue to depend on people to speak positive about ourselves. We have to speak positive about us. What we have to do for our motherfucking self, and if we can, I'm not saying don't accept help from other people, but you can't allow the help that you receive to compromise who you are as a people and as an individual. So that's what I want to talk to y'all about, man. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace out.